Okay, question 29 of the 2017 Year 7 NAPLAN paper. This shape is reflected across the line and then it's rotated 180 degrees. Now let's first reflect across the line. So, reflecting across the line, okay, we bend it over and it will be like that. It is then rotated 180 degrees. So I'm going to rotate this first 90 degrees, that's a 90-degree rotation. 180 degrees. So when you rotate 180 degrees, it will end up like that. So let's just do that again. So it's reflected across the line. Sorry about that. So reflected across the line. And then I'm going to rotate 180 degrees clockwise. So rotating 90 like that. And then another 90, which is 180 degrees. So it will end up like that. So the shape that we end up with is this shape here, this first shape, first one here. Now for question 30, it says that Cynthia buys a jumper that is originally marked for $20 that is discounted by 25%. Now, first thing is that 25% is equal to, so 25% is equal to 1/4. Okay, so if this jumper marked $20 is discounted by 1/4 of its price, we need to work out what 1/4 of 20 is. Okay, so we need to find out what 1/4, so we have to take off 1/4 of $20. Now, we know that half of 20 is $10, and a half of that again is $5. So 1/4 of $20 is the same as $20 divided by 4. By 4 is $5 off. Okay, so therefore she pays $20, take away $5, which is $15. But then it says at the register she is given an additional 10% off the sale price. Now, 10%, what fraction is 10%? 10% is 1/10. Is 1/10. Okay? So to find 10% of something, of a quantity, you divide the quantity, you will divide by 10. Okay? So what's going to happen is that instead of being charged $15, we're going to do $15 divide by 10, okay, which is $1.50. So this person will get another $1.50 off. And so the final cost will be $15 minus $1.50, which is $13.50. Okay, so when you put your response in, you can just put 13.50. You do not need the dollar sign because it is already there. So this question stresses the importance of knowing your common percentages. So 25% is 1/4. So we get 1/4 off the price first, okay? And then and 10% off, so 10% is the fraction 1/10, and to find 10% or to find 1/10 you divide the quantity by 10. Okay, now you do have a calculator to do this, however you can just move the decimal place back 1, okay, or it's 10 times smaller, and to find the final cost you then subtract. Okay, now for question 31, a company produces pipes in various lengths, and the most common lengths are 650 millimeters, which I've written there, mm, 60 centimeters, so I'm just going to put that one underneath, so 60 centimeters. We've got 160 centimeters for the third one, 0.655 meters, and the last one is 1.5 meters. Now it's asking which pipe is the longest. Okay, now to work out which pipe is the longest, you either need to put them all into centimeters or all into meters. Now look, it's probably easiest to well, we can put them all in meters if we want, or centimeters. We might do we might do centimetres now. Oh no, metres, sorry. So we've got 1.5 metres, and here I've got 0.655 metres. Well, metres are the biggest units, and clearly 0.655 metres is smaller than 1.5 metres, so it's definitely not this answer here. Okay, now let's convert 160 centimetres to metres. We know that that 1 metre, so we know that 1 metre equals 100 centimetres. So to convert from centimetres to metres, we divide by 100. So 160 divided by 100. So 160 divided by 100 is 1.6 metres. Okay, so far this is looking good. Okay, sorry, we've got 1.6 metres. Now that is bigger than 0.655 metres, and also that's bigger than 1.5 metres. So this 1.6 metres looks to be the longest. 60 centimetres we know is less than 1 metre, so it's not that. And 650 millimetres, there's 1,000 millimetres in 1 metre. So 650 millimetres, you have to divide that by 1,000. So it's 650 divided by 1,000, which is 0.65 metres. So therefore, the pipe that is the longest is the 1.6 metre pipe. Centimetres is the answer. Question 32, this toy is in the shape of a prism. Its surface is covered in triangles and squares. And how many triangles and how many squares cover the entire surface of the toy? So we can see we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles on the top, and the bottom underneath there that you can't see would also have 4 triangles. So just looking at that, so triangles on the top face is 4, on the bottom face you would have 4 as well, so the total triangles is 8. Now let's look at the squares. Let's look at this top face here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So squares on the top face is 5. You'll also have the same underneath, 5. Now on the sides we've got 3 down each side here. 3 there, 3 there. Let's just see how many sides there are. I'll start from the top, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we've got 8 times 3, which is 24. Adding those all up together, the total number of squares is 5 plus 5 plus 24, which is 34. So therefore we've got 8 triangles and 34 squares. Question 33. Anna has 2 2-litre bottles of water, and she pours the water equally into 16 cups. How much water is in each cup? Write your answer as a decimal. Notice the answer is in litres. So we need to see the total number of litres that we have first. So 2 2-litre bottles means we've got 2 times 2 litres, which is 4 litres, and then we're pouring that equally into 16 cups. So now it's 4 litres, and we're dividing by 16. And 4, so we've got 4 litres divided by 16. Now 4 divided by 16 is, on your calculator, 0.25 litres. So you only need to enter the answer 0.25 there. Tom made this shape using 5 squares. What is the perimeter of the shape? Now we can see this length here is 21 centimetres, and it's divided into 3 parts. So first, we need to divide this 21 centimetres by 3. So each of these edges here is 7 centimetres. 1 centimetres here. These are squares. So if that's 7, this length here is also 7 centimetres. So I'll just put that in there. This bit up here, so this bit just there, right? Just there, is also 7. Notice I haven't done this little bit here and there yet. This top bit will be 7 plus 7, which is 14. Right, we've also got another 7 just down here, and another 7 there, just for this bit right there. I'm actually putting it exactly where the 7 is on that line. Now, we are missing these 2 little bits there, which I'll highlight. It's marked there. Those 2 combined together will make 7 as well, because if this whole bit down here is 21 and this bit up here is 14, then these two bits I've marked in red, they combine to give 7 as well. So I'm just going to put in another 7 there. So therefore the perimeter of the shape will be, we've got the 14 at the top plus the 21 down here, plus we've got how many 7s? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So plus 5 times 7, which is 14 plus 21 is 35, plus 5 times 7 is also 35, which is 70 centimetres. So in this answer here, you just need to write 70. Okay. 5, it says, out of 32 people surveyed, 24 people said they enjoy rock music. What percentage of the people surveyed enjoy rock music? Now, before you can work out the percentage, you need to see what fraction of people enjoyed rock music. So we know that 24 out of 32 people enjoy rock music. Now, this is a calculator section of the paper, so you can say that what you can do, if it's non-calculator, what you would do is you'd say, right, 24 out of 32, you would try to simplify that fraction. Now, you can divide both the numerator and denominator of the fraction by 8. So 24 divided by 8 is 3, and 32 divided by 8 is 3/4. Now, we know that 3/4 is 75%. The other way you can do this is 24 over 32. So 24 out of 32 enjoy rock music. Remember, 24 over 32 means 24 divided by 32, and you get 0.75. Now, you should also know that 0.75 is also 75%. So you can do it one of two ways. You can go 24 fraction bar 32 on your calculator, you'll get 3/4, and you will know that 3/4 is 75%. Or 24 divided by 32 is 0.75, and 0.75 is also 75%. Just remembering that 0.5 is 50%, 0.25 is 25%. So 75 you just need to put in there because it's already got the percent sign. 6. A rectangular sheet of paper has an area of 302.5 square centimetres. What is the area of the paper in square millimetres? Now, normal units of length, we know this measurement, this conversion, that 1 centimetre equals 10 millimetres. So to convert length units, centimetres to millimetres, we multiply by 10. However, converting area units is different. Now, to convert area, it's different. When you find the area, let's say, for example, of a square, you're multiplying one side length by another. So these are area units, square centimetres and square millimetres. So we know that to convert normal centimetres to millimetres, we multiply by 10, because going from big units to small units, you'll always have more small units, so you multiply. So to convert centimetres squared to millimetres squared, these are square units, they're area units. You multiply by 10, like you do the normal conversion for centimetres to millimetres, so you multiply by 10, but you do it twice because it's like one length times the other length. So you do it twice, and that little 2 on the squared units will remind you to multiply it twice. So normally, if I'm converting from centimetres to millimetres, I'll multiply by 10. So I do 302.5 times 10, but I'm converting centimetres squared to millimetres squared, so I'll multiply by 10 twice. So I go times 10 and times 10, and that gives me 30,250 square millimetres, or millimetres squared. Okay, which is that last bubble there.